The Emperor of Speed lives like modern royalty. Imagine being 27 with $250 million in the bank, flying private, racing at 300 kilometers per hour, and still not satisfied. That's Max Verstappen. And this is how he built the ultimate billionaire lifestyle. Max Verstappen's story didn't start with glitz and glamour. It started with a modified go-kart in his backyard. His father, Jos Verstappen, a former F1 driver, knew what it took. So when Max was just 4, Jos tweaked a kart so his little boy could reach the pedals. By age 7, Max was already competing. At 12, he was beating teenagers across Europe. That's not childhood, that's raw obsession. And at 17, he became the youngest driver in Formula One history, debuting with Toro Rosso in 2015. Then came 2016 Spanish Grand Prix. Max, just 18 years and 228 days old, crossed the finish line first. History made again. It wasn't just talent, it was destiny, carved out by fire, sweat, and crazy fast reflexes. But talent alone doesn't make a champion. Relentless grit does. Behind the wheel, Max wasn't just fast, he was fearless. Critics called him reckless. Rivals called him dangerous. But Max didn't flinch. He sharpened every edge of his driving, turned pressure into fuel, and transformed doubters into believers. While others played it safe, he risked everything for glory. That early fire, it never left. It just evolved into one of the most dominant forces Formula One has ever seen. Fast forward to 2021. Max found himself locked in one of the wildest championships battles F1 had ever seen, against none other than Lewis Hamilton. The entire season came down to a final lap in Abu Dhabi. Drama, controversy, victory. Max snatched his first world title in heart-pounding fashion. The racing world was stunned, and a new era had begun. That win wasn't just a triumph, it was the moment Max Verstappen truly arrived as Formula One's next dominant force. Then, he just took over. In 2022, Max stormed to 15 victories, proving the previous year was no fluke. But 2023, even crazier, 19 wins out of 22 races. Those are numbers even legends like Schumacher and Senna never touched. By 2024, Max had clinched his 4th consecutive world title, with races still left in the season. He wasn't just winning anymore, he was rewriting the definition of dominance. Each year, he pushed the boundaries further, and the rest of the grid could only try to keep up. You'd think someone like Max races for the money. Nope, the money races to catch up with him. By 2025, his net worth had passed $250 million. Red Bull alone pays him $55 million per year, the highest salary in F1 history. But that's just his base. The real treasure? Sponsorships and brand deals. Tag Heuer pays him over $8 million yearly. Jumbo, the Dutch supermarket that's been with him since his karting days, chips in another $5 million. EA Sports made him the face of F1 2025, and Heineken made him a global icon. Then there's social media. Each Instagram post earns him up to $2 million. That's right, a single post. He's not just a racer anymore, he's a billion-dollar brand in the making. Max Verstappen doesn't just dominate on Sundays, he rules Monaco's streets Monday to Saturday. His car journey began with a humble Renault Clio RS, his first after getting a license. But from there, it's full throttle into hypercar territory. After his first F1 win, he rewarded himself with a Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Then came the Aston Martin Valkyrie, a $3.5 million monster designed by Adrian Newey. It's one of the most radical street-legal cars ever built. He's got Ferraris galore, the Monza SP2, the 488 Pista, and the SF90 Stradale. British machines too, DBS Superleggera, DB11, and a Vantage from his Aston Martin partnership. Even a Mercedes C63 AMG sits in his garage, and a limited Honda NSX Type S, gifted by Honda, rounds things out. Oh, and just for fun, he owns a $400,000 Renault RS01 racing car. Track only, of course. Home for Max? A $17.4 million penthouse in the heart of the Vegas district. It's got everything: epic sea views, a private gym, and a massive balcony overlooking a city that never sleeps. Even the parking lot flexes harder than most car shows, packed with machines worth millions. But here's the kicker: he doesn't own it. He rents. That's right. With over $250 million in the bank, Verstappen still prefers leasing his space over locking it down permanently. Why? Maybe it's strategic. Maybe he's planning something bigger. But for Max, it's not about showing off. It's about control and flexibility. Ownership doesn't define power. Freedom does. And just like on the track, he likes to keep his options open, always staying one step ahead. This isn't some party hub either. He's not throwing wild Vegas nights. He's plotting legacy moves, investing, and expanding his empire. It's a luxury lifestyle, but without the flash. Just pure, calculated dominance, even at home. Max Verstappen doesn't just move fast on the track. His travels are pure jet-powered precision. In 2020, Max took ownership of a Dassault Falcon 900EX customized in matte black and orange with the NAL logo emblazoned across the fuselage. A bold statement, but just the beginning. By early 2025, he had upgraded to the Dassault Falcon 8X, a top-tier luxury jet with a range of nearly 12,000 kilometers. It offers better fuel efficiency and enhanced comfort for long-haul travel. Perfect for a man whose schedule demands global mobility without compromise. Whether flying for a Grand Prix weekend, a brand appearance, or a private getaway, Max travels like a CEO of speed. Inside, the aircraft is tailored for relaxation and recovery. Wide leather seating, sleeping quarters, and onboard Wi-Fi turn it into a flying command center. With travel so frequent, efficiency isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. And the destinations? Think beyond racing circuits. Max escapes to secluded resorts and luxury retreats that blend relaxation with discretion. His travel isn't just about being seen, it's about staying sharp. You might think a world champion lives in cruise mode between races, but for Max Verstappen, every day is part of the race. His routine is built for peak physical and mental performance. Each morning, Max logs 5 hours in a Red Bull simulator, fine-tuning reflexes, reaction times, and track memorization. This isn't just training, it's digital war prep. Off-screen, he is as disciplined as online. Max trains MMA-style, high-altitude cycling up in the Alps of Switzerland, while having a punishing bodyweight exercise regimen meant to keep him nimble and hardy without any bulking action. A matter of paramount importance, grinding away in the nth degree of F1, where even a bit of weight can cost you 1/10 of a second. His 5,000-calorie diet consists of slow-digesting carbs, lean protein, and spirulina smoothies. He notably does not caffeinate, relying instead on plain water and electrolyte drinks for that little bit of extra spark. Sleep is serious business. His head hits the pillow, which is, alongside bright data, carefully noted using tracking tech, an Aura ring. Max also practices mindfulness techniques, keeps screen time limited at night, and avoids anything that could disrupt his mental focus. His life isn't flashy, it's calculated, consistent, and brutally effective. And behind the million-dollar sponsorships and turbocharged lifestyle, there's a quieter, more grounded Max Verstappen, one who gives back without a camera crew in sight. Max doesn't promote his charitable acts, but they're real, impactful, and rooted in his origins. One of his most significant efforts? Funding karting programs for underprivileged children in the Netherlands. For a man who started with a cart built by his father, this is full-circle generosity, helping future champions take their first lap. He's also a supporter of Wings for Life, a foundation focused on spinal cord injury research, reflecting his deeper empathy for those whose physical limitations demand breakthroughs, not pity. During the COVID-19 crisis, Max made private donations to Dutch hospitals, never mentioned in interviews or on social media. He doesn't want applause, just action. His approach is simple: let results speak louder than PR. In a sport often flooded with ego, Max's humility and philanthropy is rare. Max Verstappen is into staying peaceful, while other athletes vie for clout and controversy. Off camera, he leads a quiet, committed life with Kelly Piquet, daughter of three-time F1 world champion Nelson Piquet. They have been together since 2020, and their connection goes far beyond red carpets and race weekends. Max is a father figure to Kelly's daughter Penelope from a previous relationship. The couple announced in 2025 that they were expecting their first child together, thus offering a fresh and meaningful opening in Max's life, all about family versus finish lines. When not on the circuits or at paparazzi-filled events, Max loves chilling at home in Monaco, competing with sim racers, or watching PSV Eindhoven play football. He is not into the party life his peers enjoy and chooses to recharge away from all that noise with his inner circle. His social platforms are well curated, very controlled, and rarely ever invasive. There are no tabloid headlines and drama there, just a few snapshots of a disciplined man who chooses balance over buzz. The way he leads his personal life is reflective of his race style: calm under pressure, deliberate, and laser-focused. Max Verstappen isn't just living the dream, he's designing the dream. From karting prodigy to billionaire brand, his story proves that precision, discipline, and focus can build empires. He may be Formula One's fastest driver, but off the track, he's also its sharpest strategist. That's the Verstappen legacy: fast, fierce, and forever evolving.